Our first webinar on freedom and intentionality. Today we'll share insights from our individual researches and see how they connect. So my name is YBAñEZ and my research is about perspectives of freedom.
And I'm Josh, Dominic, and OCO, and mine is about free will and determinism.
And I'm TUUSAN, researching about the inseparability of intentionality and human agency.
So let's begin. I would like to start off with the idea that humans have the capacity to be both to be caused and to cause. So causality shapes our character, but it doesn't really dictate our future. What we do with our character is up to us. And my thesis is simple. Freedom exists because we can translate our will into action. Freedom starts with awareness, knowing what we want and why. My main philosopher, William James, says that freedom is the ability to act otherwise. He stands by the principle of alternative possibilities, in which he claims we're only free if we could have acted differently. But Arthur Schopenhauer will object this by saying that every human act abides with the character causing that act, and character is influenced and determined by external forces. Therefore, alternative possibilities are just illusions. To respond, I used Robert Kaine's concept of self-forming actions and claim that we can will what we will by refining our character. Through reflection and growth, we build our own possibilities. So, while causes influence us, we remain responsible for shaping who we become. By acting on our will, we make our freedom real.
Exactly. Thank you for that. My view connects to that idea. Even if our lives are influenced by biology or environment, we still possess free will. We can think, reflect, and choose. Following Chesterton, freedom gives us dignity, creativity, and meaning. It is what makes us human. So my thesis, human actions are guided by free will, not fully controlled by outside process. Freedom doesn't mean no influence at all. It means choosing how to respond. For example, someone raised in a harsh environment can still choose to do what is right. Now, some scientists say our brains decide everything before we do, but influence is not control. Science can describe behavior, but not the purpose behind it. Freedom is shown when we use what we've learned to create something new, to imagine, or to innovate beyond what is given. So I conclude that even in a determined world, freedom gives our lives meaning and responsibility.
Thank you, Josh. So my research focuses on how intentionality or acting with purpose cannot be separated from human agency. So my thesis is every human act is intentional because it springs from freedom, reason, and purpose. So all actions have goals. For example, when a student studies late, that effort aims towards passing or learning, an act chosen freely despite tiredness or pressure. So some would argue that people are ruled by necessity or emotions, or that they live in bad faith, denying their freedom. But even choosing to give up freedom, it is still a choice. Freedom may be limited, but it is never erased. Because to act is to intend, and to intend is already to exercise freedom.
Good.
So, nakoy pangutanan ninyo guys. So, how would you connect it to your topic since it also talks about freedom?
Sa ko nga part o sa ko nga study na, even though nga ang mga action is influenced by external causes, for example, atong environment or atong culture, we can still exercise our free will, kay capable man of reflection.
Behind every action, there's intentionality because we are capable of deliberation. Although there are instances where we could have acted otherwise, but still we have the freedom or we have the choice to act otherwise.
I don't think that we could have acted otherwise, but we could will otherwise.
Even in a world of causes, na humans remain free, responsible, and capable of giving meaning to their actions.
So exactly, our actions are intentional because it's up to us how to respond to circumstances.
And that's why freedom requires effort. We need to have effort. It means learning how to act responsibility within our limits as agents. We may be free, but our freedom has limitations because we are limited beings, diba? So I think that's all for today. It's been how many minutes already? Thank you for joining us in this philosophical discussion on freedom and intentionality. And I look forward to more dialogues with you as we uncover more in our research endeavors. Bye!